subscribe.
Chelsea versus Arsenal in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final at Stamford Bridge. It's always big whenever these two meet, but add in the fact that we're just a step away from Wembley, the game takes place under the West London lights, and that it's Liam Rosenior's first home match as head coach, and you have all the makings of a special occasion. The Blues produced an excellent performance when the Gunners came here in November, taking a well-earned point despite playing for most of the match with 10 men. But it's about time Arsenal were vanquished here. Chelsea's last win against their rivals from the north was back in 2018. It's the first home game for the Blues in this competition since last season's third round, after wins away to Lincoln, Wolves and Cardiff so far this term. As that man sits in the home dugout for the first time. And what an occasion for him to have his first home game as Chelsea head coach. Let's take a check on the team's end. Chelsea welcome back Marc Cucurella from suspension. Cole Palmer and Reece James are not involved. There's no Moises Caicedo because of suspension. Delap and Gittins also miss out. Enzo Fernandez captains the side. We're expecting him to partner Andre Santos in midfield. Joao Pedro will be in the 10 with Mark Guiu leading the line. Tyrick George and Shin Mayuka are amongst the substitutes. Mikel Arteta names what is almost his strongest 11. He makes 8 changes to the team that played Portsmouth. One player who keeps their place is the former Blue Kepa. He gets the nod in goal. Another ex-Chelsea man, Kai Havertz, is on the bench. Saliba and Trossard have passed fitness tests. Before kick-off, we are going to remember a Chelsea legend. Eddie McCreadie died yesterday, aged 85. He scored the winner in the first leg of the League Cup final against Leicester here in 1965. It proved the decisive goal over the tie. He went on to make 410 appearances and as manager led a youthful team to promotion in 1977. 3 players on the goal line for the Blues. They move away now. Well, Sanchez came and didn't get there, and he's headed in for 1-0 with barely 7 minutes on the clock by Ben White. Their first corner, and they've made best use of it, and it's the worst possible start for Chelsea.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be delivered with real quality. Only had to look at their game at the weekend to show just how devastating they are in this situation. Probably everyone's expecting it to go into the near post area because they've had such joy, and it actually goes almost to the far post. Does Sanchez get caught amongst the flurry of players? He does. He's blocked in, isn't he, by a couple of his own players and a couple of Arsenal.
Guiu feathered it off for Estevao. What a pass that is for Joshua Champong, who's going to have a go. The flag goes up after he stings the palms of Kepa.
Estevao just a fraction early, his movement.
Arsenal packed their penalty area. Guiu back to goal. Enzo Fernandez, space right hand side, he's managed to shuffle it out there as well. There's Fernandez again. Oh, that's a great ball for Joao Pedro. Played it across the face of goal rather than shoot himself. And if he'd had his time again, he might have made a different decision.
Yeah, strange, because ultimately he looked like he was in a scoring position. Really well found. Well, I don't know, it's probably going to be blocked, isn't it?
Enzo Fernandez again, Estevao hugging that touchline and finding the space. What can he do with it? Up against Timber. Oh, that was smack bang on target. And it earns Chelsea a corner. Well, he looks like he's got the key to unlock this Arsenal defence. Cucurella marshalled him all the way at the expense of a throw. Then has to get back into position quickly. Got to be careful with his challenge as well on a booking. Saka just brushed him aside. White on the overlap. Oh, Sanchez has lost it and Gyökeres will tap it in for 2-0. Horrible moment for the Chelsea defence. They scored at the start of the first half. They've done the same at the start of the second. Well, Victor Gyökeres, desperate for a goal, has been given one gift wrap there. And even with a game and a half to go, it looks a long way back for Chelsea now. Chance for a shot from range here for Ødegaard, beaten away by Sanchez. Lots of time and space to measure that, the Arsenal captain. Too hot for the Chelsea goalkeeper to handle. Oh, Enzo Fernandez will be able to get to this. It's steaming in on Saliba. It's broken for Joao Pedro. Here's Neto. Garnacho desperate to get involved far side. He's sent over that way. It'll come to Alejandro Garnacho. Chelsea back in it. Instant impact from the Argentine.
He does great to keep his composure and make sure that he strikes it true and on the target. I thought that Fernandes had just hesitated a fraction here. He read the loose touch from Odegaard and then his touch.
Estevao gonna have a go. Oh, I tell you what, that was headed on target were it not for the head of Gabriel, who turns it behind for a Chelsea corner.
Well, it was certainly going to be close. I would suggest it was still maybe going to miss the far post, but it was swinging, it was bending in towards the far corner.
Looking for Gyökeres, bit of space from here, laid it off. Zubimendi, 3-1. So much time he had to put that into the back of Sanchez net. And just when Chelsea thought they were back in it, Arsenal pull away again.
Stemming down Arsenal's right-hand side again. And the space afforded to Merino, I think it was, that was allowed to get turned. That was the moment where I knew Chelsea were in big problem.
Indeed it was for Kepa for taking too long over the free kick. Here's Gyökeres for Saka, and it's broken here for a fourth for Arsenal, but for a brilliant save.
Merino strikes it so clean, and that's outstanding goalkeeping.
Over it comes, and when it's loose, there's Garnacho! He's done it again! And Chelsea are back within a goal again. And just like in the quarter-final, it's Garnacho at the double. It's Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3. And what's going to happen next?
Well, my sentiment immediately is it's a little rich, the Arsenal players racing towards the referee, asking for a free kick from what I presume was a bit of a challenge on the goalkeeper. It's Kepa who's kind of feeling his shoulder or his arm. There's certainly loads of bodies around him. Let's get a better idea here. They go up and challenge, he goes to ground, and Garnacho does wonderfully well. Again, this is even harder than the initial one to control.
Oh, Enzo Fernandez dwelling on it, but it worked out all right for him. Oh, he could have played Garnacho through. He's looked the other way to Estevao. Chelsea's tail up. Estevao! Oh, so close. Flag's gone up though.
Had to release it earlier. Could have gone so much earlier. What it was though, with a wonderful strike from this talented wide player. Yeah, he's a good couple of yards on offside, sorry. Kepa makes a good save because he reacted smartly, didn't he? Everyone inside the stadium's expecting that to go towards the far post.
Martinelli. Oh, good ball. Flag stayed down. Jesus. Penalty. Oh, flag up over on the far side for offside. Phew. You spotted it before me, and Simon Long, the assistant, spotted it before Simon Hooper.
It had to be offside. That was my initial feeling.
Liam Rosenior's first home game in charge of Chelsea ends in a narrow defeat in the end. Ben White got things started for Arsenal, who were 2-0 up not long after the break, and Victor Gyökeres pounced on a Sanchez error, but Alejandro Garnacho got Chelsea back into the game, only for Zubimendi to take it away again, only for Garnacho to make it interesting. 3-2 Arsenal then, Sam. Could have been worse. Second leg still alive.
It's not the worst outcome at all. I think it's going to be a tall order going to the Emirates, the form that they've been in, especially at home this season, but with some returning players, some big players as well for Chelsea. In isolation, we know Chelsea can turn up in big games.